If we had our own bike lane with a barrier, that would be a lot more helpful, because right now, yes, we have a bike lane, but cars pull in it all the time, like even police cars, and they're the ones supposed to be not letting people in the bike lane who are cars.
Last year, there were 5 bicycle accident fatalities. 2 of those were Boston University students during the 2012 fall semester. These untimely deaths seem unnecessary, but opinion greatly varies as to what will help to lessen the danger or who may actually be at fault. Today, we are speaking to pedestrians and cyclists about the BU bike safety issue, what changes may help to make the 1.5-mile stretch of Comm Ave on the BU campus safer, and who is most at risk.
In terms of bike safety and pedestrians and all that, I think pedestrians are the safest, like on the sidewalks and everything. And I know that bikes aren't supposed to be on the sidewalks, but I know that if I rode my bike around here, I would probably feel terrified, because I just see the tiny bike lanes that they have, and I just can't imagine doing that. So that's, I guess, my views on things. And maybe if they made like a tiny little barrier on the side of the bike lanes, that would help things a bit. But yeah, there have definitely been some dangerous parts of bike safety here.
I ride my bike up and down Comm Ave probably a few times a week, and I think that there's an issue with cars parking in the bike lane and not moving. Like, I understand that Comm Ave is a really high traffic area, and sometimes you need to pull over to let passengers out or do unloading, whatever, but it also puts me at risk, because then I have to swerve out into the middle of traffic, and a lot of times cars don't use their turn signal when turning, and then therefore I run the risk of slamming into the back of their car when they decide to cut me off in the bike lane. So I think there's definitely an issue with the amount of traffic and trying to also not compromise bike safety. I'm not really quite sure what the solution to that is, but it definitely is an issue for both cars and bikers trying to get by.
I don't ride a bike around campus, so I don't really have that big an opinion. Though I do wish that the bike riders would pay more attention to the pedestrians in the crosswalks. I feel like they take it for granted that we're paying attention to them, even though they're the vehicles. So that's really where I think they need to work on it. I mean, I understand that cyclists dealing with cars is quite an issue, and that the cars aren't always aware of them, but I think that pedestrians, because they're not part of a vehicle, if you will, have the greatest danger, especially walking around campus.
The bicyclist pedestrian kind of relationship is kind of funny, because I think there's a little animosity at times, particularly when bicyclists are on the sidewalk and you're like, you're not supposed to be on the sidewalk, but for them it's a safety issue too. So I think that dialogue is really important in terms of getting like rules for the sidewalk, I guess, that pedestrians and bicyclists can follow. And you want to encourage, I think it's a good thing to encourage students to use bikes and not rely just on public transportation or on cars. It's just going to happen, and I'm not sure if it's something that's just, a natural occurrence, and we should just start expecting more, just like we're not super surprised at all car accidents, or, what can be done to help bicyclists, I guess, vis-a-vis actual car drivers and trucks.
Down by BU's a little crazy sometimes. You have cars on one side, pedestrians, usually students who are on their cell phones looking the wrong direction sometimes, and taxis and buses and everything like that. So it is a little bit crazy there. I think just kind of keeping your head on a swivel, looking right, looking left, kind of looking 2 blocks ahead of yourself, and just kind of being aware of your surroundings is what you need to do to avoid any sort of mishaps.
Last month, according to BU Today, the City of Boston commended the safety recommendations of the BU Bike Safety Committee. The measures they are looking to put into place would only be band-aids for the larger issue, but it is a start at working toward a common goal. Food for thought, Jasmin Pellegrino, Boston, Massachusetts.